also seen that when someone has been through a lot of internal emotions, they don't necessarily reject love, but they don't fully trust it either. So, from your experience, why do you think that it becomes so hard for someone like Anirudh to let someone in?
Actually, after the whatever has happened to him, he has kind of become an avoidant, like his brother is not into this thing, we have read it. And so he knew that Ayushi liked him. He was reevaluating his feelings, that whether he should be taking this thing forward with her or not, because he really doesn't want to waste her time. He knows that it's a kind of a genuine feeling from her, but he needed to take a lot of time into reevaluating that I really want to do this thing with her or not. So we see that it takes over a year and a half for him get confirmed about this thing with her, and then he kind of tells that he has mutual feelings for her.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Page of Pandora. Look, I've read a lot of books where the main character just feels too perfect, like you can admire them but you don't really feel them. But this book was a bit different. Dr. Anirudh Chaudhary looks like he has everything sorted, the elite medical rank at AIMS, the precision, the looks. But the moment you step into his head, it's chaos. And I've been sitting with this book last few days and it genuinely got to me, not because big plot or anything, but because of how real it feels. And maybe it hits more because it sets in Delhi and Gurgaon. It just feels very close and almost personal. So today I'm talking to Preeta Mandal, the author of this book. We are going to talk about the monsters that live in the past, the reality of burnout and PTSD in the medical field, and how you even begin to find love when you feel like you are fundamentally broken. So welcome to the podcast, Preeta.
Thank you, Ariba, for welcoming me into this podcast, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
While I was reading your book, one thing that kept crossing my mind was how close Anirudh feels to our age. Like he's not some distant character, he's someone who could literally be around us, living that same pressure every day. And I kept thinking about how at this stage in life there is this unspoken expectations to have everything together, to look sorted, stable, and undamaged on outside. So I'm curious, did any part of the writing that character come from your personal life? Like you trying to make some of them pressure
Yeah.
yourself?
Actually, no, because this has been, created completely based on real life observations. Like I've observed guys how they react to, stressful situations. If you like compare it with girls, girls kind of seem to complain or, like think about it deeply. But if you like, for example, if there's an exam and if you consider the reaction of guys, they will be like, "Ki bhai pass ho jaye bas," and girls will be, little sad or depressed about it. So that's the typical reaction that I generally kept in mind. And also, since this is a male character driven narrative, I had to imagine myself as a guy and write it. So that was the thing.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So, my second question is there is this constant internal tension in the book that doesn't really let you relax. So, how difficult was it for you to sit with that emotion while writing? Did it ever get overwhelming?
Yeah, it really got overwhelming because there are chapters which are really little difficult to read, like chapter 1, chapter 3, where there's the nightmares and the panic attacks, the critical symptoms of PTSD. So it needed a lot of research. Like on my part, I had to watch YouTube videos and read articles to validate the point, so that if somebody who is in the psychological or the psychotherapy field, they don't say that it's irrelevant or it's not matching up to what is happening. And so it was little bit of a struggle, and at the end I kind of managed to complete this book. So it was a very much learning experience for me, because I'm not a psychology student, I am an engineering student. And this kind of gave me a lot of confidence into writing books based on mental health and psychological fiction genre.
Okay, since the book entire setting is based in medical fields, I have to ask this question that I feel we often romanticize doctors as these superhumans figures, but this book kind of strips that away. So, what made you want to explore burnout and PTSD specifically in the medical space?
Yeah, I would say that this was like to provide an insight into Anirudh's life, like professional life, because this is what he does. And burnout and PTSD, I would say that this is a crucial part of medicine because doctors, I guess, they spend a lot of time in duties, especially residents. And I also do follow a doctor who would post reels about residency, talk about residency. So that's the way how I kind of learned about them. And also through Quora you would find a lot of experiences being shared. Also Anirudh's parents were kind of worried about their son returning late at night because the hospital demands that much. And he also can't help because he has this particular curriculum which is like rigorous, and he has to adapt to this, so there's no way out.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. And I think what really stayed with me is that how quietly all of this exists all together. And we see doctors every day, but we rarely think about what they carry after they leave the room. So,
Yeah.
did writing about this change how you look at the doctors personally now?
Uh, I don't know any of them personally, but my uncle, he's a doctor, and he is someone who is, calm and composed. So, whenever we kind of, if I have a medical problem, I would approach him because, it's free. And I see that, like, if I tell my mom that I want to, choose a partner as a doctor for my future, this thing, and she would say that they do not have a, personal life. All they is that they have to be involved with their patients, and you can't enjoy life with them. But that is what the profession is about, right? Dedicating your life to saving patients.
Right.
That's what it is.
And I feel like our generation has become really good at performing stability, social media, work. Everything looks fine, but internally it's a different story. So, do you think Undamaged is in some way a reflection of that gap between what we show and what we actually feel?
Actually, my book doesn't reflect that, but I would like to speak on social media nowadays, especially Instagram. We have a lot of content creators. Earlier, it used to be like that, they would just show the nice moments, the happy achievements, what people are achieving. But now, in order to make relatable content, you are like making memes or whatever, and that gets viral, and because people are liking it, commenting it, sharing it, reposting it, so it has basically become a vibe that you need to get popular, you need to harness a lot of followers, so you kind of upload content which is relatable, that is kind of funnier, and as well as not being judged by people so much. People are not worried about getting judged so much on social media as compared to few years back. So that's how people are getting comfortable with using social media and not filtering out so much of their life there.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And I've also seen that when someone has been through a lot of internal emotions, they don't necessarily reject love, but they don't fully trust it either. So, from your experience, why do you think that it becomes so hard for someone like Anirudh to let someone in?
Actually, after the whatever has happened to him, he has kind of become an avoidant, like his brother. His brother is not into this thing. We have read it, and so he knew that Ayushi liked him, and the thing was that he was reevaluating his feelings, that whether he should be taking this thing forward with her or not, because he really doesn't want to waste her time. He knows that it's a kind of a genuine feeling from her, but he needed to take a lot of time into reevaluating that I really want to do this thing with her or not. So we see that it takes over a year and a half for him to get confirmed about this thing with her, and then he kind of tells that he has mutual feelings for her.
I feel like a lot of us want to be understood, but at the same time, we are scared that if someone is truly sees us, they might not stay. So, do you think that fear plays a role in your book?
See, finding a girl like Ayushi is very rare nowadays because people get married due to advantage. If you're having an advantage, then they will like you. This is the reality. There are very few people who would love to know about your personal life or your trauma, about your past, from a heart, without judging them, without spreading that critical information to their friends or colleagues. And I think the or else like other girls, she might have left him for sure. Like girls, they generally don't stay. I'm not talking about all the girls, but in general, if you see any girl, like she would definitely judge him, you know. So my point is to see that there should be a positive thing or a positive angle in Anirudh's life in the form of Ayushi, and he's really blessed to be with her.
Yeah, right. Because I feel that if you will compare with girls and boys, girls have this higher standards in terms of like whom to pick up.
Yeah.
So since you mentioned that you come from engineering background, but you have written a book that revolves around medical field, so what was the hardest part for you to write this book?
Hardest part is, study the curriculum, like the courses, whatever subjects they have in MBBS, and then he prepares for NEET PG, which hasn't been highlighted in this book, but in the prequel, you'll come to know about how he's handling his relationship with Ishika and the medical PG thing. And also, they had a YouTube channel where, they are creating content and but also it was kind of a dynamic for me that one brother would be a software engineer in Google and the other will be doctor. That's kind of an interesting dynamic. Like they want basically Indian families, they want their kids to be following different paths. So yeah, it was an idea, and I'm also kind of little bit fascinated by doctors because I also had biology in my 12th stream, and I also had given NEET, but my marks in engineering entrance exams were better than obviously the NEET. And I know that I couldn't put on the efforts like how doctors are, struggling in hospital. So I felt that engineering would be a much easier path for me. And also, I'm able to, write this book because I'm on this path. So
Wow. So you wanted to become a doctor, but you end up becoming an engineer. So that's why you created the whole story around medical field.
yeah, I mean, it kind of gets interesting. Like two brothers, they are on different fields, but at the same time, they are, bounded by blood and they have a great sibling chemistry.
Right. So before we wrap this up, I have to ask, without giving too much away, where do you see this story going next? So what can we expect from the sequel?
Uh, yeah, obviously, this is a franchise and it consists of 4 books. So, number one is Undamaged, and number two is the prequel, like the story that happens before Undamaged. And I'm working on this. It is like 50% done. So, I guess it will be out by the end of August after all the editing and everything. So this actually explores the relationship between Anirudh and his ex, and also the character of Harsh, about what happens between Harsh and Ishika, and it ends up with a twist that kind of joins the timeline of the sequel, like after Anirudh and Ayushi get married.
Wow. So there will be new characters coming into the sequel.
Uh, One or two, but Ayushi wouldn't be there, of course, because she
Okay.
comes in Undamaged. She won't be a part of the prequel. Prequel is like totally focused on the people from his past.
Okay. So is there anything else that you would like to share with the audience about your book?
I would like to share that it's a different concept as a whole, and it's more of a psychological thriller, also psychological romance also. So I just term it as psychological fiction. So I want you guys to give it a read if you are fascinated by characters based on Delhi NCR or Gurgaon, and are mostly into the thriller genre and how character arcs kind of change. So it would be really grateful for me if you guys love my book and are waiting for the sequel or whatever I am, putting in. So that's it.
Yeah, definitely, because you have written really lovely book and we are already seeing very good positive reviews on all overall social media. So
Thank
definitely
you.
readers would love it. And thank you so much, Preeta, for joining me today. This has been really thoughtful conversation with you, and thank you for writing something like this and sharing your perspective with us today. And to everyone listening out there, Undamaged is definitely one of those books that stays with you even after you close it. So check out the book. It's available on Amazon. You can read on Kindle Unlimited as well, and grab the paperback copy of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.